country's history in a unanimous decision. The justices agreed the lawsuit against Walmart could not proceed as a class action suit. The ruling, though, could have widespread implications for workers seeking jointly to sue employers in large bias cases. NBC's Justice Correspondent Pete Williams joins me live from the Supreme Court. Pete, we know this was about 1.5 million Walmart employees, past and present, who were part of this lawsuit, but as I mentioned, this could have a broader implication. First, let's talk about how the justices came to this ruling, how they explained their decision.
Well, this is actually two decisions in one. As you say, the court was unanimous on one point, which was that the kind of instrument this class chose to attack Walmart had too much jumbled together. They were suing for a court order finding that Walmart did in fact discriminate. They were also suing for back pay, and what the court said is they mixed too many things together. It was too blunt an instrument. But the more controversial part of this decision, Tamron, is the separate 5-4 ruling on what it takes to glue a class action together. And what the court said is these 1.5 million women simply don't have enough in common to have a single lawsuit. They say in order to have a class action, you have to show that, for example, all the employees took some certain test, or their pay and promotions was decided by some certain person, or some region, or some corporate policy. And they say that is just lacking in this case. Now, what the women had claimed is that even though Walmart said it had a policy against discrimination, by letting individual managers make the decision, they sort of allowed gender bias to creep in through a common corporate culture. That was the claim. The Supreme Court said 5-4 that isn't enough. Now, it's that part that's going to make it much harder to bring class actions against really big employers, the Fortune 100, for example. And I should say that General Electric, the part owner of NBC News, had argued in this case that that's one of the reasons why this class shouldn't be certified. But both sides agree now, Tamara, it's going to be harder to bring these huge class actions.
All right, Pete Williams with the latest on this big Supreme Court decision that has implications, as you pointed out, far beyond Walmart and those 1.5 million women who were attempting to sue here. Thank you, Pete, for the update. And right now, fighting between attorneys in the Casey Anthony murder trial may have forced the judge to abruptly adjourn for the day before testimony even started. The prosecutor said he planned to call for sanctions against defense attorney Jose Baez for not disclosing details of what his witnesses would testify about. Judge Perry said he was fed up with the, quote, gamesmanship going on during this trial.
All of this, folks, is going to stop, or you will be working some very fierce days. And, so be prepared Saturday to go the whole day.
And joining me now, criminal defense attorney Thomas Mesereau, who defended many clients, including Michael Jackson in 2004. Thomas, good to see you again. I mean, we've seen delays even getting this started, and here we are in the heart of the testimony, the defense presenting its side of the case, and now you have the judge making the
Death penalty is on the table. It's being televised, and these two attorneys are fighting fiercely. The judge apparently is fed up with both sides. Sanctions in a criminal trial are not unusual, but postponing a trial for a full day is unusual. I think it's a sign this judge is very upset.
I want to play another clip of what the judge said today regarding excluding testimony from defense witnesses. Let's play it.
Enough is enough.
But you can't or don't want to deal with
both
this
sides.
stuff. No. Okay. Okay.
Forewarned that because of repeated violations, exclusion may be the proper remedy if it continues.
How big of a blow to Casey Anthony's defense would it be if the judge excludes testimony from witnesses, Thomas?
Into 2 parts.
It would be a tremendous blow, particularly since the defense seems to be relying on forensic witnesses. This is a forensic case. Cause of death, time of death, place of death, very important. If this judge puts restrictions on defense experts, it could have serious effects on Casey Anthony's defense, and I don't think he's going to do that.
All right, we'll see what happens tomorrow. But again, the judge abruptly ending testimony for the day. Angry, as you point out, Thomas, at both sides here. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Thank you. Developing news right now. A wildfire that started last week in southern Arizona is now forcing even more people out of their homes. The Monument Wildfire, that's what it's called, is burning 200 miles south of the massive Wallow Fire. Fire officials ordered 3,000 people to evacuate the town of Sierra Vista, bringing the total number of displaced residents from that fire to about 12,000 people. 60-mile-an-hour winds drove flames over containment lines Sunday. Thankfully, though, today winds have calmed down. Meanwhile, there's a firestorm of controversy surrounding comments made by Senator John McCain that illegal immigrants are to blame for these wildfires. Senator McCain said Saturday there is substantial evidence that some of these fires are caused by people who cross our border illegally. So the answer to that part of the problem is get a secure border. A spokesperson for Senator McCain just released a statement. In fact, we just got it minutes ago, saying that the senator was not referring to that massive Wallow Wildfire, the largest in the state history, but rather smaller fires started in the southern portion of the state. Some are calling the senator's comments incendiary and say he has no proof of these allegations. Angelo Falcon is the president of the National Institute for Latino Policy. Thank you so much, Angelo, for joining me. So Senator McCain in his statement just attempted to clarify, a spokesperson attempted to clarify that he was not talking about this wildfire. I read a quote from you earlier today, and you're unhappy with what he had to say based on the fact that there's no proof that illegal immigrants had anything to do with this.
Yeah, and when you talk to people from the Forest Service, they say the same thing. There's no evidence. Even the report that he said that he asked the Congress to do also hasn't issued any findings. So basically, he just walks into